In light of this, we've spoken about when Allah speaks about time, He said people with these 4 traits, right, are the people who will not lose when it comes to time. These are the people who can make time count. They have to have at the very basic, in Arabic language, when you start with something, it can sometimes show, a lot of times it shows the importance of that thing. So good actions, enjoining others to good, patience has no value if it's not with a foundation of faith in God. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Right? And then on top of that iman, you build righteous actions. وَعَمِلُوا صَالِحَاتٍ. Right? And if you're going to have faith and do righteous actions, you will make mistakes. You will have some times where, you won't do things at the best. But then you have to consistently remind yourselves and one another of the truth. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And then as a result of reminding others and telling them, reminding them to do good, calling them to the truth and being nice and all of that, being good to people, you will have to be patient. You will have to enjoin patience on others. Right. So let's take these 4 traits as our pillars. And when we start to talk about anything that we do, or what are the different types of actions based on the different phases of our lives, right? Because what we're going to do next week, inshallah, we'll look at the different phases of our lives that we have. And based on these different phases, what are the actions that we can do to make time count? And whenever we talk about any of these actions, you have to remember these 4 things, these 4 guidelines that Allah has given us, or if you want to use cheat modes, the real pillars that Allah has given us. Faith in Him, right? Continuous righteous actions, not underestimating any good action, enjoining others to the truth, and enjoining others, yourself and others, towards patience. Now, one of the things that really became very common amongst many people in the past few weeks is that in the past, in the past month and a half, towards December, is that people started cursing time, started swearing and cursing 2020. Oh, 2020 was this, 2020 was that, and 2020, and started doing all of these things. And it's almost a lack of understanding of the nature of time. And there's a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, in the book of Tafsir in Sahih Bukhari, where the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the authority of Abu Huraira, who said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yu'dhini ibn Adam. The son of Adam tries to harm me or says things that offend me. Yasubbu dahra. He offends me by abusing time. He offends me by abusing time. Wa ana dahru. And I am time. Wa biyadi al-amru. And I am in charge of all command. I'm in charge of every single thing that happens, which means everything that happened last year with the coronavirus did not happen except by the permission of God. So if you think God made a mistake, or you think God didn't do well in His ordaining, or you think God could have done better, or you're swearing at what God allowed to happen, then you have to recognize the consequence of those words. Okay? وَبِيَدِ الْأَمْرُ أُقَلِّبُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ. I interchange the day and night. So you see some people in trying to say that next year is going to be better, they curse that which has gone past, not knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He never allowed, His name Ar-Rahman, the extremely merciful, is such that He will never allow something to happen that doesn't have any aspect of mercy in it. Okay, in this world, he will never allow something to happen that doesn't have any aspect of mercy in it. But the question is, are we patient enough to know that what is Allah teaching us with this event? Where is the lesson to be learned in this? And many people did learn lessons. For many people, 2020 was their best year. For many people, they gained so much in that year, right? So, two things to then know, from what we've said so far, is we should recognize that time is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Time is what? An amana. The only thing we have that we can say is ours is literally just your time. And whatever you choose to spend it on, you must ask yourself, is this thing a total waste of time, or is it an investment? Is it an investment in me, or is it an investment in others for the sake of God? Is it something that is of service to others? Is it something that benefits me in this world, or is it something that benefits me in the next world? Okay, so you should really look at that. And inshallah, what we will do next week, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we will really start to analyze and say, right, these are the different phases of time that we have. At the beginning of this session, we knew that we had another session next week. So because of that, I was able to plan and say, okay, this session is important to let us all understand the importance of time. And then next session, we start to look at, based on the different phases that human beings go through, what are the best things that can be done that will make our time count.